Hello Virgo, welcome to this reading. My name is Zane and we're going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Virgo for the month of July. Now Virgo, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Now I do not offer personal readings and I will not send you a message on any platform, so do not get scammed. Let's go and get one shuffle in here for you, Virgo. Now I am using the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot, the Classic Rider-Waite Tarot, and the Keepers of the Light Oracle deck. There are links to all of these decks in the description below if you'd like to pick them up for yourself. I also ask that you hit the like button and subscribe, as it really does help my channel grow in a big way. And my cards are all flipped around right now. I do not read reversals, so all right, so let me make sure everything's in view here. And then we'll get right into it. And I think that's just about looking good enough to me. Let's go and take 3 of these oracle cards to clarify as we go along as well. And all right, energy on the bottom. You have the Page of Cups. So Page of Cups is a nice card that can indicate potentially creating a vision for yourself. This person's looking in the cup and kind of like dreaming about the potential of what could be, of what they could fill their cup up with. This is about potentially having a creative vision for yourself. And, you know, along with that, this Page of Cups energy, this can be about getting into a sort of creative space and potentially even receiving some type of offer to kind of allow your creative energy to flow, anything like that. Now, of course, it can be a big love card as well. This can indicate that somebody's interested in you, in love, and interested in sort of, I don't know, it could be like, you could think of this as like the first date type of energy. Let's go get coffee, let's whatever. You know, so forth and so on. It could absolutely be that type of energy here. For some of you, we do have one other really nice love card here with the 4 of Wands. You know, this person could be a long-term person for you coming in here, Virgo. Although I think for many, the vast majority of you, this month and this reading is more about your work, okay? And yeah, I feel pretty strongly about that. We have a lot of Wands energy here. Wands is the suit of work, career, enterprise. And then I was just feeling guided to use this definition of the Page of Cups indicating a creative vision or some type of like dream that you have, you know, anything like that. So I think for many of you, this is about connecting with something on the work career level that actually makes you happy, because the Page of Cups can just indicate happy news coming into your life generally. So yeah, let's keep moving forward here. In the overall situation, you have this Ace of Wands, one of my favorite cards to find in a tarot reading. This is about the spark of life. The Ace of Wands is getting fired up. It's being inspired. It is the #1 best card to find if you're looking to physically start something. This is absolutely a card associated with side hustles, you know, starting a business, anything to do with ventures and enterprises, starting anything like that. And, you know, you can see the castle in the distance. Castles in tarot come in a lot of cards, and many times the castle is in the distance. What that means is that there are rewards and riches on the horizon for you. Castles represent rewards and riches. And with the Ace of Wands, it's like this seed that you are planting here, this situation, this project, this venture, this relationship that you are starting could blossom into something abundant for you in the future. It could bring rewards and riches down the line or down the road. That's this idea of the Ace of Wands. Incredibly good card here, incredibly good combination. I do think that if you are here for relationships, it could be a very passionate union for sure. It could be a passionate situation between the two of you. In the past, you have the Ten of Wands, you have the Ace of Swords, and you have the Sun. So the Ten of Wands is potentially showing up here. So it's showing up in this upper row. The upper row is the row of your thoughts and what is on your mind, what you're aware of, what you're conscious of. And this Ten of Wands can indicate a burden. So in the past, you may have had a mental burden here. You can see that this person's kind of struggling to carry the wands, and presumably they are sort of walking uphill here, but I do want to point out that they are working hard. Okay, Ten of Wands is a card of extreme hard work. Sometimes we have to kind of take a step back and separate ourselves from the task that we're spending a lot of time on, especially if this is a task that we're not making progress on. Sometimes it's best to take a moment. Ten of Wands can come forward when there's like overwork situation, like you're working too hard. But I feel like this is happening at the mental level, okay? So I don't think it's about like I think some of you are feeling inspired and excited to work in this month, okay? So I feel like there's been something where your mind's been a little bit overactive or burdensome in some ways here in the past. I definitely feel like that could be the case, but you are definitely, there's a whole lot of knowledge that you have up there, Virgo, for sure, in your mind. You are somebody who possesses great knowledge to get the Ten of Wands in the upper row, because the Ten of Wands suggests that you have completed something and you have learned a lot along your way. Each one of these wands represents knowledge earned or experience gained along the way of the wands journey. And so you do have, you are experienced, you are knowledgeable. And you have completed a cycle, you have completed something important in the past. You have this Ace of Swords, so you have the double aces next to each other, incredible. 2 or more aces in a tarot reading is always a good sign. It's always a sign of a powerful new beginning in one's life. And you have them next to each other, which is pretty incredible. So the Ace of Swords is about breakthrough energy. It is mental clarity. It's the feeling of knowing the answer. It's sort of a divine guidance, or it's sort of like divine clarity, or what is the word? Divine inspiration is probably not the one that I'm looking for, although if I were to combine divine intervention, I think maybe is what I was looking for. Yeah, divine intervention. But combining these 2 aces is definitely divine inspiration. That certainly could be the case for some of you here. You've been inspired along this new journey, and you have this Sun card, which the Sun is the best card to find in the tarot from my perspective. It's total victory, success, happiness, positivity, abundance, and it's a card of truth. Whatever has been unclear for you, or whatever has been burdensome for you, is being exposed by the light of the Sun, or the ray of the Sun. The Sun is also a star, let's not forget that, and you have the Sun next to it, or you have the star and the Sun and the star next to each other. So you have some really nice synchronicities here with the 2 aces next to each other, the Sun and the star next to each other. There is this sense of you being divinely guided here, Virgo, along your path, along this new venture, along this new journey, and it feels exciting for you. In the current situation, you have the 7 of Pentacles, you have the Ace of Wands, and you have the Star. So let's pick up with the Star card. So the Star, I'm feeling like for some of you, there's just a synchronicity happening within the universe kind of coming down for you here. I would not be surprised for some of you if you got downloads of information. The Ace of Wands could also be a download of information. It's the energy of energy. I think some of you are getting some new information coming in, some new insight coming in, some new inspiration that's coming in for you here. For sure, the Star can also talk about, it's a big card of wishes coming true, wishes coming to fruition in one's life. It's really a positive energy for you. It's a positive development. And it is the energy of optimism. So I love this for you, clarity, divine hope, and so forth and so on. But I do feel like there's this wish energy coming forward here with the Star and the Sun. It is interesting that you also have the Devil. So this lower row is about the subconscious. So this is what you can't see, what is hidden, what comes through in your dreams, and what you don't see coming potentially. And so what's very interesting is you have something like that's been sort of, I think, planted in your subconscious. It's very possible that some of you have a sense that you are being guided, that you are there is a sort of guiding light or a guiding star bringing you forward into this new venture here with the Ace of Wands. And with this Seven of Pentacles here, you do feel like there's like some long-term, there's like this situation is long-term. This situation will be around for a while. This Seven of Pentacles, you can see that the harvest here has been growing for quite some time, and now they're contemplating what to do with it. This could bring about a directional change for you when you get the Seven of Pentacles energy. You know, do you take the harvest that you've accumulated and do you move into something new? You could certainly be doing that with double aces. And this idea of like connecting with a creative vision or connecting with your guiding light here. Some of you could be moving into something new at this time, but there's a big push of sort of source energy for you here, and I really like this for you. In the future, you have the Four of Wands, you have the Six of Wands, and you have the Devil card. Okay, so you know, this lower row, there is something brewing here. I've talked about this. So each one of these cards is a major arcana, and they're all showing up in the subconscious. In fact, as we go up the 9-card Lenormand spread here, these are all minor arcanas. And so the major energy here, the major work is happening at the subconscious level. This could, I also feel like, maybe just be happening at the soul level. I think some of you are getting very important dreams. It would be wise, I think, for you to pay attention to the messages that are coming forward in your dreams. I think it would be wise for some of you to pay attention to the signs and the synchronicities that are happening outside of you. Here in this month, the Devil card's really just asking you to take a look at whatever's not working and bring it out into the open, which you have the ability to do here with the Sun and the Star card. You have the Six of Wands, which is a big victory on the horizon. It's the second win in the suit of Wands. It says that there's something good available to you and that you can charge forward with success. And I definitely like to see this. Now, you also have the Four of Wands energy, which is a major card of potential marriage. You can see the young family here kind of being married in the ceremony. It is also, though, if it's not about marriage, it's about foundations and achievements in one's life. And on top of that, the Four of Wands can also indicate a new start in one's life, because when you go from being like single to married, or even engaged to married, that's a new start, right? That's a new start in one's life. So you have this here, this potential directional change with the Seven of Pentacles, and then you have this new start energy here with the Four of Wands. And it's like, for some of you, and you have the double aces, which is new beginnings. So there's new energy, okay? And it's almost like, it just feels like a really happy sort of, almost like, gosh, what is the word that I'm looking for? It feels like a spiritual energy here for some of you. Let's go and take a look at what these 3 oracle cards are. Okay, so you have Commander Ashtar, call to action, take charge, lead by example, walk your talk. You have Holy Spirit, expect miracles. Remember that only love is real, miracles will occur naturally, Spirit has your back. And then you have Lady Portia, divine order, do what you feel is right, an important lesson is unfolding. You know, it doesn't matter, just a friendly reminder, it doesn't matter, you know, if you're religious or if you're not religious or whatever it may be. These cards are just energies, just like the tarot cards. So just because we have this Holy Spirit energy here. So just keep that in mind. But there is this, maybe the word that I was looking for when I was trying to describe it was a miracle. And it is like sort of, what is that song? Like, I Believe in Miracles, that like, I Believe in Miracles song. There's a real belief energy here with the star and the sun next to each other. So don't let the negative thoughts hold you back here with the Devil energy. Don't let maybe the tendency to think negatively prevent you from accepting this new start, this new beginning, this excitement. Let's go ahead and see what else we have here. You have the King of Cups. You have the Three of Pentacles. You have the Ace of Swords, that's triple aces. You have the Magician, Two of Wands, and the Two of Pentacles. Okay. So, yeah, I think it's for some of you, it's inevitable that you'll be starting something new in this month, whether that's a new relationship, that's being married, that is a new project. You're finally starting your business. You're finally getting on YouTube. You're finally creating that Instagram account. You're finally starting that reselling business or whatever it is. Like some of you are, or you're starting that book, you're going to write that book, whatever it is. I think it's inevitable for some of you that you're starting something new. I do wonder if some of you are a little frustrated with your colleagues if you are working with somebody, or sorry, if you're working for a job, like if you have like a 9 to 5, you have this 7 of Pentacles and the 7 of the 7 of Pentacles and 3 of Pentacles. 3 of Pentacles can indicate your teammates, your colleagues, and the 7 of Pentacles can sometimes show up with frustration in a job, which leads to that sort of contemplation of a new direction. And so you have that as well combined with the 2 of Wands, which this person's like weighing options, and the 2 of Pentacles, which is also weighing options. This person's kind of deciding on what road to go down. The 2 of Pentacles is maybe weighing decisions, weighing options. And so you do have that big energy. I do wonder if some of you, I don't think it's like doom and gloom. I think it's just maybe like, for some of you, it's like if you're not 100% happy, and if you don't like 100% see the end game in your job, it's possible that some of you are deciding to leave or move on. And I don't think that you're doing this, I don't think that you're taking this lightly. Okay, I think that you're making a very calculated move here in whatever, in deciding to move. The Magician says, more sort of magical energy for you with the Star, the Sun, the Magician, the Triple Aces, the Miracles card, like all around you, there's this sort of like magical energy, I feel like, to sort of bring something in. And at the end of the day, you will get the outcome you deserve here with the Justice card. So taking that right action that is right for you will really, really be important in this month. So, wow, thank you so much for being here, Virgo. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you. I will see you in the next reading.